The NHL carousel started. Chris Kreider going from the Rangers to the Ducks. It's kind of the first domino, I guess.
Yeah.
The first one. Obviously still waiting for the Stanley Cup final to finish up, but the Rangers and Ducks didn't wait. And obviously, as soon as someone else starts making moves, the antsiness, the anxiety, the anticipation for Canes fans is going to go through the roof, right? It's okay, it's happening. Everybody, what are we doing? Long off season, okay? Give a little bit of patience is going to be okay, but you should know that whatever you're hoping for is a possibility. That's where I'm at right now. There's a million different, it's a choose your own adventure book this offseason for the Canes. What do you want? Right now, it's like the day before the draft. Every team is optimistic, but even more specifically, every fan, there's still the possibility that your ideal is going to happen. And the Canes have absolutely nothing that says your dreams can't come true. Yesterday, we talked a bit about Scott Morrow and Bradley Nadeau, two players that are in the Canes system. Morrow obviously played quite a bit more with the big league club. Nadeau spent most of his season in the AHL, Morrow being a defenseman, Nadeau being a forward. They were both named to the 2024-2025 AHL Top Prospects team, which the Canes pointed out on their social media. It's the first time two players from the same organization have received that honor in the same season. That's really healthy for like a farm system, right? When you're breaking records for multiple players earning awards that are literally called top prospects. That's good. Okay, so that kind of completed the I don't know, 4-category resource list that Canes fans or hockey teams need just to keep everything on the table, right? Keep every option available. They have the prospects that are increasing their value and look ready for a jump. They have the 5th most projected cap space in the entire league. And if you look at just the teams that made it to the postseason this year, just playoff teams, the most cap space in the entire postseason field. They have 6 first-round picks in the next 4 drafts, and they've already taken care of most of their young core with contracts that lock them up into the future. Just to pick 4 of them, Aho, Jarvis, Slavin, and Svech are all under contract through at least the 2028-2029 season. Because there's some fugazi, some little fraudulent cap spaces out there right now where teams are like, we have so much cap space, but their 2 best players are going to be free agents. It's like,
or you have a restricted free agent.
Yeah, it's like, actually, you don't. You do, but it's already accounted for. It's already spoken for. There's not much of the Canes cap space that's already spoken for. Mm-hmm. So it's true. In my marriage, we call it woo money, right? Because, when you're dating or whatever, I think the person was in this movie. No, it wasn't that actor. It was this actor. I'll bet you $10. All right, deal. You find out, you give them $10. Once you're married, it's like, I don't know, betting $10 with you doesn't feel cool considering we put all our money in a pile and share it. So we call it woo money, right? I'll bet you $10 of woo money. That means you can go do whatever the heck you want with it, right? We don't got a budget. It's not for dinner. It's not for groceries. You go nuts. The Canes have some woo money now. Those 4 things mean everything is on the table. Right? Because if you have a couple of really good prospects, but you have no draft picks, then guess what? Your future is kind of tied towards those draft picks. You don't ever want to completely empty that cupboard. Same is true vice versa. If you have no draft picks, but you have a bunch of 19-year-olds in your system that are developing and looking strong, it's like, no, you still have ways to improve your team, and you're not completely punting the future. If you have a ton of cap space, but your team stinks, you're probably looking around going, what free agents want to play for the worst team in the league? If you're really, really good and you have no cap space, what's the beauty of being where everyone wants to play if you can't pay them? The Canes have the cap space and they were a postseason team. They have the prospects and they have the draft picks. Right? They have the cap space and they have the players under contract, so it's not already spoken for. So, right, this is Now, pairing with a conversation we had earlier in the week, my pipe dream is Jason Robertson. Okay? That's it. I mean, neither here nor there on whether you think that's your pipe dream, right? It would be a big trade, right? Dallas isn't going to give him away. You'd probably have to give both of their picks back and more assets, more players, more prospects, whatever it is.
He won't be cheap.
It won't be at all. That's my pipe dream.
And he's going into the final year of a contract as well.
And you'd have to account for that. That's my pipe dream. Some of you out there might want Mitch Marner. Some of you out there might be, I think, kind of incorrectly hoping that Sam Bennett hits the open market. Some of you out there might be hoping for Ehlers. Some of you out there might be hoping for whoever it is.
Tage Thompson.
Maybe Thompson and Tuck, right? Make it a package deal and spend even more. Whatever your pipe dream is, your goal, your vision board, it's possible. The way the Canes have situated themselves with all of those things I mentioned, they can be in the mix. But it's the opportunity cost of it, right? If you go after Jason Robertson, you're probably not able to go and chase down someone else in a trade market. There's your big move. If you sign Mitch Marner, that's going to take up a big old chunk of that $28 million in projected cap space. If you go after somebody like Tage Thompson, that's probably like your big move. So it's very much like the gift of options right now and curse of options. Right? Sometimes it's nice when there's no choices to be made. Sometimes it's nice when the easiest way I used to explain this is if there's like a very obvious 3-player tier at the top of like the NBA draft. It's like these 3 are so much better than everyone else in the draft. Sometimes it's nice to pick 3rd. And you just go, yeah, we're going to take whichever one's there. And those 2 are going to sweat out making the right decision forever and ever and ever, and we're just going to sit back and take whichever of the 3 is available. That's not the case for the Canes. The Canes right now, and it's why we're all so excited, is everything's an option. Everything. I'm reading some of the national media, right, which I don't think no offense to them, you just can't know every team the way somebody that covers one team is going to know it. But they're throwing out there that they think the Canes need to go out and spend big on a defenseman.
Yeah, I can see it.
Possible, right? And the way that they kind of, I think, expose themselves a bit is not being super in tune. They're like, and of course, if they aren't able to retain Dmitry Orlov, then they're going to need to spend on a defenseman. And I'm going like, well, I have no expectation that Dmitry Orlov, it's not really an if for me.
Yeah. They have his replacement already.
Exactly. It's kind of like, but that's a whole other path that we haven't really talked about on this show very often. If they want to take some of their considerable chip stacks at this poker table and go cash them in for a defenseman and take what is already a strength and make it a super duper strength, there's a possibility there. It's an exciting time because it's not, I want to do the best with what we can, which is what most teams go into the offseason with. I want the top shelf thing, but with the situation we're in, I think we can realistically get the C version of that, the light version of that. The Canes have top shelf cash. It's not unlimited, though. They have top shelf draft picks. It's not unlimited, though. They have top shelf, but it's not unlimited, so you can't have it all. So right now we're all in agreement. This is, again, one of my favorite analogies. We're hitting them all this morning. The finale of a TV show. Mm-hmm. Everyone's always disappointed with the finale, right? There's very few finales that get it right. Everyone's always disappointed, but nobody is ever disappointed with the second to last episode. And do you know why? Because the second to last episode, we don't write in our brain before we watch it. Once we know a finale's coming, we're like, oh, I hope they bring back the character from season 4. Oh, I hope the 2 main characters get married. Oh, I hope they find out what happened with the boy from earlier in the season or whatever, right? We all put those out there. Chances are we're going to be disappointed because the writers aren't going to answer all of the questions the same way we will. We're at the point where like the finale of the season is tomorrow. I mean, the best example would be like Seinfeld, right? Because it was the most watched TV thing ever, and everybody seemed to be disappointed. Right now, we're at the point where Dennis might be going, I hope they go back to the soup place and all get it right. And I'm going, I hope at some point Jerry wears the shirt with the ruffles. And you might be sitting there going, if Kramer doesn't say, these pretzels are making me thirsty, I'm going to be so furious, right? Because that's the one I want. Right now, it's all a possibility for all of us. Chances are, after the finale, they might see the soup, they might do the shirt, they might do this, but they're not going to do everything for everyone. Right now, if you want Sam Bennett, they might. If you want Mitch Marner, they might. If I want Robertson, they might. If I want Robertson and Marner, heck, I mean, let your imagination go crazy. They might. Might take trading away some people you don't want to, but they might. They might get Tage Thompson. At the end of the offseason, we're all not going to be happy. But right now, we kind of all are, right? It's all still ahead of us. So enjoy it right now. Just like going into the draft, right? I want this player. You want that player. Well, until they make the pick, we're both having a good time. One of us might be a little disappointed.